volunteers sent 8 items and comforts to affected residents after a wildfire in Adelaide. A couple in Malaysia opens a vegetarian bed and breakfast to provide the customers a healthy lifestyle. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Maggie Tsai. Thank you for joining us. Adelaide, the largest city in South Australia, experienced a serious wildfire recently. City volunteers went to Yorkshire to host 8 distributions, including value cards and blankets, so as to give the affected residents a peace of mind.
The forest fire, which was last for half a year, was followed by an uncontrollable rainstorm. Flooding and fire occurred in Australia simultaneously, making the rescue workers so exhausted, and residents and animals struggle to survive.
Like you guys can see, is everything gone, so we're not able to recover absolutely nothing. It's my kitchen.
A fire burned everything of Carlos and his wife.
Part of the TV, my TV in there.
Knowing the plight of the residents, Tzu Chi volunteers in the Adelaide liaison office went to Yorkshire for aid distribution.
Today, we'll distribute aid supplies to a total of 15 care recipients affected by the forest fire in November last year. Then each of them will receive 2 blankets and a cash card of about $1,000.
Everything around you is gone, and so where do you start? And for them, fencing was a start for a lot of them. Well, first of all, where are you going to live? Just a really tough time, but this community has been amazing. The amount of care and support that people have provided to each other.
Same as before, volunteers gave blankets and cash cards to the affected residents with respect. They also sent out bamboo corn bands simultaneously, so that the residents who seemed puzzled understood its meaning.
Every little small change, and then it keeps on growing and growing. So they raise quite a number of money, so we can now put it back to the community.
Moving on in the aftermath of the disaster, the affected residents face the challenge of rebuilding their homes physically and psychologically.
Tzu Chi Philippines Clinic Center hosted a free dental clinic at Navotas with a local church, so that the impoverished families can have a chance to solve their teeth problems. 40-year-old Carl has a sweet tooth, but he didn't clean his teeth well as his mother asked him to. Carl's twin brother Kent also has a toothache. Tzu Chi hosted a free dental clinic in the community today, and their mother brought them here.
Thank you, Tzu Chi.
Without the free clinic, we can't treat our toothaches.
I have many children, and the free clinic has helped us greatly. Our children no longer have toothache and they're smiling again.
It normally costs about 300 pesos each time for local people to go to the dentist, and many can't afford it. Therefore, many impoverished residents are longing for Tzu Chi's free clinic.
Tzu Chi not only provided wonderful medical services, but other volunteers care for us deeply. We're very grateful.
Health center ako, ang project namin, prevention.
Here at the clinic, we hope to practice preventative medicine. However, most patients who come here already have gum inflammation, so all we can do is remove their teeth.
Last resort kundi tooth extraction.
The local residents flocked into the waiting area in the church as they've been looking forward to a free clinic so they can smile, shine, and bright again. It is once again tax season in the United States. This year, people face the threat of the flu and novel coronavirus epidemics, but they still have to fulfill this duty. To prevent the spread of the virus, the public is asked to leave their tax-related documents with the volunteers and return in a week to confirm they have filed taxes.
In the United States, the tax filing season has been affected by the flu and novel coronavirus epidemics. City volunteers continue to provide assistance to people who need this assistance.
People here are really, really good. They always calling you to make sure that remind you of when your appointment is. When you come here, they do take good care of you. I mean, it's a well-serviced customer and for free. I mean, it's a great, great, great service that they provide for us. And I recommend this to anybody that really is in a low-income household. Other than that, I'm very, very happy. That's why I keep coming here every year.
The tax filing volunteers at Tzu Chi Liaison Office have joined seminars to learn about the changes in tax-related legislation. They also share the money management concepts with the public.
We need to update our information so we can help more people file their taxes.
I encourage them to save more money. When they get tax returns at the end of the year, they are really happy. If I ask you to save $50 a month, are you able to do it? No, absolutely not. You will say, I don't have money. You will spend however much you receive. This is a forced saving. However, what is the result? The result is that you will be happy.
In 2020, Tzu Chi volunteers have changed the way they serve people. After handing their tax-related documents to the volunteers, the public will return in a week to get their documents. This way, people's face-to-face contact is lessened, and it is a way to help prevent the spread of the virus.
Wan Chonglan is an elementary school teacher in Malacca. She has been raising awareness of the importance to store recyclables in the school. Being in Tzu Chi for over 10 years, she has learned to cherish resources and hope to make impacts to more students so they can also learn to protect the earth. Picking up retort pouches in a garbage can, students follow teachers to remind their schoolmates to do recycling twice a day.
Don't let them litter bottled water because we will need to pick them up later. It's troubling digging for them.
Sometimes we can protect the environment when we are eating. We tell people to finish their food so they can learn to cherish food resources.
Wan Chonglan is an elementary school teacher who has been doing Tzu Chi for over 10 years. During one visit, she has learned more about retort pouch.
Although retort pouch can be recycled, the making process consumes a lot of resources. I think only by drinking less beverage products we can decrease the amount of retort pouches. It will benefit the earth as well as our health.
Every Friday, Wan Chonglan takes some teachers and students to store recyclables to deepen their concepts for recycling.
We can protect the earth, and it's fun to do recycling together with friends. She uses her leisure time to parole and see if students have sorted garbage well. Sometimes she also comes to the office and reminds colleagues to put the recyclables in the right place. We admire her efforts.
I think I'm walking on the right path. I'll continue and hope to influence more people around me little by little.
Wan Chonglan has been promoting recycling in the campus for 12 years, hoping to improve the environment. A show of handmade tea pots was held at Jingsi Books and Cafe. In addition to showing the elegant and beautiful pots, students can wear their hand-sewn tea pot with full of confidence. A student, Yang Yongwei, changed her father's suit into a tea pot to express her longing for her father.
Wearing their own hand-stitched qipao to show an elegant temperament, regardless of age and identity, everyone is the main character on stage.
During the process of stitching, we'll become very quiet. I even do not think anything because I'm very concentrated on doing this.
After changing our mind, we will have beauty in our heart when we put on the qipao.
Wang Yongyi gets rid of the shadow of her childhood through wearing this qipao. She becomes more beautiful. Other mothers are more affirmed and become more passionate.
I just want to tell my elder son that I'm very happy to be his mother.
My own piece of hand-stitched qipao is made from the cloth brought by my mother from abroad.
A pretty girl said her mother brought her clothes from abroad. The mother is me.
Jinsi Books and Cafe held a Qi Bao show. Everyone learned not only shoeing but also chatting with themselves. Yang Yongwei misses her father who passed away so much and decided to make a Qi Bao from his old suit, allowing his memory to embrace her.
It's still a suit of my father. It also represents my father who is hugging me. It consists of different elements from myself. This is why I'm very happy when everyone sees this, he or she will feel my emotion of missing my father.
Love yourself and also getting back the feeling of being loved can be done by putting on a Qi Bao, making everyone see the most beautiful you.
In Malaysia, there is a couple who owns a vegetarian bed and breakfast. They both adopt a vegetarian diet, and in the past, they have encountered the problems of looking for boarding as well as vegetarian restaurants. Hence, they decided to promote vegetarianism by providing a healthy lifestyle experience.
Located in Malaysia's famous tour site, Kuli Street, this vegetarian bread and breakfast is very popular.
My husband and I adopt a vegetarian diet. As we travel, we face the problems of looking for bordering and vegetarian restaurants. We came up with the idea. Since I operate a bed and breakfast, I could combine the two. I can live here and enjoy vegetarian food. I no longer need to spend time looking for vegetarian restaurants.
Although it costs much to run a vegetarian bed and breakfast, Tai Cheng Han and his wife still want to promote vegetarianism.
We thought about opening a vegetarian restaurant after joining Tzu Chi. During the operation, we thought about giving up. I'm very grateful that I have a good team. For instance, my chef keeps encouraging me not to give up. With their support and encouragement, we persevere till this day.
I seldom go out to eat. I think adopting a vegetarian diet is convenient. I enjoy vegetarian food.
I really like the fried rice because it has a lot of flavors.
As novel coronavirus spread globally, Tai Cheng Han and his wife encourage people to adopt a vegetarian diet during this critical period.
Recently, there have been many customers who do not usually adopt a vegetarian diet. Because of the epidemic, they are changing the way they eat. It is very good that they are going meatless.
Embracing vegetarianism is not only good for one's health, it's also good for the environment. We also encourage people to adopt a vegetarian diet to reduce carbon emission.
The couple promotes vegetarianism, hoping people will learn to protect themselves as well as cherishing the earth.
Lo Binghui, a book and Murtaja in Malaysia, suffered from multiple sclerosis, so she was once completely paralyzed. With help of Tzu Chi volunteers and Tima, she received a plasmapheresis treatment that improved her condition.
Lo Binghui's condition has improved, so she can sit on the bed and talk to the volunteers. But before this, she could not even sit up.
At first I could still walk, but gradually I felt something was wrong, so I went to see the doctor.
After she became sick, her husband had to take care of their 2 children alone.
I couldn't care for her because I had to work and look after our kids. When I brought the kids here, at least they could see her.
Tzu Chi volunteers met Lo Binghui at a nursing home in Bukit Matajam and asked the team to examine her. Then they sent her to a hospital for the plasmapheresis.
We did it at 2 fronts. One was to her body, and we helped her find the right doctor who could provide her with the right treatment. And simultaneously, we also helped her with her psychological aspect.
After 7 treatments, Lo Binghui can now sit on her own and stretch herself. The conditions of her 2 legs are improving.
2 to 3 weeks after the treatment, she gained some strength back on her feet, so she could slowly sit on her own. Her condition is far better than before.
I hope to recover quickly so I can go home and look after the kids and reunite with my family.
Health is priceless treasure for anyone. Tzu Chi volunteers and the team members wish her a quick recovery.
Towards the beginning of the 20th century, the Chinese in Sukabumi established a Chinese school, and although the school is now no longer in service, the relationships made during that time has remained. Many of them hope to be reunited with those friends, and thankfully, in more recent years, they have been able to do that.
No one can stop time from continuing, and as we age, we say goodbye to our younger self, but our ability to remain healthy lies in being active. Knowing the importance of exercise, Liang Juxiang and 11 others decided to form a seniors club and named it 爱心 or love. Since 2010, each week, a group of seniors will meet inside a recreation center and enjoy each other's company.
They can gather and have a chat. It's something they look forward to each week. It's nice to be able to meet with old friends to sing and have a good time together.
Playing the musical instrument of angklung takes much concentration. It not only increases brain stimulation, but also memory retention. This bamboo instrument, played and known worldwide, originated in West Java, Indonesia. The Seniors Club has even performed for the wife of the former president, and many other places domestically and internationally, sharing the passion of Sukabumi with the rest of the world.
Indonesia's Sukabumi, which is located between two mountains in West Java, was thought to be where the gods lived. And for the Chinese who are big on feng shui, it was the perfect place to settle in when they migrated. As there is a prominent Chinese community, the local Chinatown is very well known throughout the country.
Sukabumi's Chinatown has another dish that people should not miss. It is a very traditional Chinese dish, which looks plain and simple upon first glance. But if you take a closer look, you will see that it's a porridge dish with added pickle green mustard. Yes, this pickled side dish is what makes this porridge stand out amongst the crowd. Many Chinese people as well as native Indonesians will come by for a bowl.
I'm the third generation owner. I'm part Chinese. My grandfather is Chinese and my grandmother is Indonesian. My mother is half Chinese, and she was the one who passed the porridge store to me.
Before the store was the talk of the town, it went through some rough patches. Who would have known that this now well-known store started as a mobile vendor, using carrying poles to transport the porridge and selling door to door. The store name, which translates to rebirth, is very meaningful, as it serves as a reminder that their journey was not as smooth and they had to work hard to get to where they are today. When they were faced with shutting down the store due to bad business, it was the determination of not giving up what their ancestors left them that kept the family going.
When I took over, there was a time when the business faltered, and I thought I need to change. I must put some creativity into it.
Facing the challenges head-on and continuing to improve themselves, it's the rainbow after the storm and the light at the end of the tunnel that fills a difficult journey with hope and belief.
After migrating to Indonesia, the Chinese have had a significant impact in the Indonesian culture, especially in West Java, Sukabumi. The Chinese culture has remained the same in the area after the Dutch colonial period, as well as the country's independence.
Sukabumi city of Indonesia is located 120 kilometers south from Jakarta and 96 kilometers west of Bandung. In regards to culture, it's very similar to Bandung with their Dutch influence. The local market is where many residents go to meet their daily needs. They buy local farm goods. However, there are also many different Chinese organizations here, including the Indonesia Chinese Association, Sukabumi Chapter, Indonesian Chinese Marga Social Association, Sukabumi Chapter, etc. There are also organizations which are ancestral related. All in all, the inclusion of the Chinese community has brought lots of added culture to the region. For those who live in Sukabumi, this Chinese bakery, which has been around since 1943, has the feel of home, as many grew up eating it.
In the beginning, the company was called Oejiang Lia Bakery, and then it was changed to Pranggang Bakery. Pranggang is influenced by the Dutch language. When President Sukarno came into power, he prohibited the use of the language, so we changed it back to Oejiang Lia Bakery, and it's remained that name till now.
Harris's grandfather, Ui Jiang Li, started the bakery. Ui's family is Hokkien, but Ui was born in Indonesia and educated by the Dutch. It is also where he got his training in making bread. The bakery is now onto the third generation of ownership. At first glance, this place looks very ordinary. However, starting from 7 in the morning, 5 workers began prepping the bakery's item. This company has not changed their ingredients from day one. All 3 generations have been using the same recipe.
Starting from 1951 or 1952, we began using machines. Before that, we did it all by hand. Later, with the improvement of technology, we switched to using German machinery.
The price of the pastry is very affordable. It's only 5,000 rupiah, or around 37 cents in US currency. By visiting the Ui Jiang Li Bakery on this day, we understand the meaning of devotion.
Do you know that tuberculosis does not only occur in the lungs, but also in the intestine as well? It is called intra-abdominal tuberculosis. This is rare in Taiwan, but it is rather common in Indonesia. Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers started caring for an intra-abdominal tuberculosis patient since 2018 by providing her medical and living stipends.
Ida is quite delighted to see Tzu Chi volunteers who are like her sisters coming to her home. Ida contracted the intra-abdominal tuberculosis 2 years ago, so she suffered from bad digestion and vomiting. Now her weight was down to 35 kilograms. Tzu Chi gives her financial support, so she does not need to worry about her finance.
Luckily, Tzu Chi volunteers showed up, or I couldn't pay for the medical fee.
Tzu Chi volunteers' constant visit and care helped Ida to improve her condition. Her weight rose up to 46 kilograms.
We heard from the doctor saying that she doesn't need to take medicine after she recovers. It makes us quite happy.
We keep reminding her that even though she is recovered, she must watch over her condition and maintain a good diet. She shouldn't eat deep fried snacks often.
Jangan sampai banyak makan jajan di luar.
Everyone sings happy birthday for Ida's 3-year-old daughter. Ida's recovery is the best present for her daughter.
Paraguay Tzu Chi volunteers invited lecturers to teach the public ways to stay healthy, prevent the epidemic. Take a look and see you next time.